This is taking a car, and this is the brand new 2021 facelift Citroen C3 AIRCROSS. Let's have a look around it and let's take it for a drive. Don't forget to check out my infotainment video as well. The Citroen C3 AIRCROSS is the facelift model of the C3 AIRCROSS previous generation, and there are a lot of cool changes to this car, including a new front grille which is totally redesigned with all LED headlights, and some internal changes as well, including a much bigger infotainment display and some other things which I'm going to show you as well. I'm here at Wilmoths Citroen Eastbourne, and I've got the facelift C3 AIRCROSS and the pre-facelift C3 AIRCROSS, and I wanted to just show you some differences between them. So the first thing you'll notice, this is the pre-facelift. You'll see here we've got halogen light bulbs here. On the new C3 AIRCROSS we have LED lights, and they are a different design as well. This bit is the same pretty much, but then you'll notice underneath the Citroen logo there is some cool 3D effect here, which I really like the look of, and that isn't here. And then down here at the bottom below the number plate there's some differences as well. We've got a different air intake here and here. So the new C3 AIRCROSS looks a lot more sporty and more aggressive than the previous generation. So that's the front of the car. Let's have a look at the sides now. So let's look at some other differences now. So we've got totally different alloy wheels. This is the facelift, this is a pre-facelift, and these wheels have a more dynamic design if you look at them closely. There are three engine types on the C3 AIRCROSS. There's this, the 1.2 litre manual, which is 110 horsepower, called the PureTech 110. The PureTech 110, which also has an automatic gearbox, which is the same 1.2 litre petrol. And then there's a 1.5 litre diesel engine, which is 130 horsepower. The petrol engine can do 0 to 60 in 10.1 seconds, and the diesel in 9.2 seconds. So it's pretty snappy, not as fast as an electric car. Check out my video on the EC4 Citroen electric car on this channel as well to find out about that. Let's talk about the trim levels. So there are three trim levels. The C series, which has got a red accent at the bottom, and then we have the Shine and the Shine Plus that have the black pack, or you can option it with different colors. And looking at the front here, you can see this new design, these LED headlights and LED daytime running lights. And I actually have to say I really like the detail here coming down here under the Citroen badge. That's very cool. You can option this with parking assist. Also, as this car has a panoramic sunroof, despite being an SUV, this is a front-wheel drive car only. What does the new Citroen C3 AIRCROSS cost? Well, it starts at $17,320 for the C series, and then we've got the Shine, and the Shine Plus is £23,080, and we've got an MPG across the range of 47.3 to 67.2 miles per gallon, so pretty efficient as well. So what about boot space on the Citroen C3 AIRCROSS? Well, you'll be pleased to know there's 410 litres in here, plus there's a removable parcel shelf, and you can put down the back seats flat. Also, the floor here of the boot is adjustable, so you can change it to be level, so there's no lip here, so you can put stuff in much easier. So plenty of space in this car. Let's have a look at the inside now. Welcome to the inside of the C3 AIRCROSS from Citroen. It's a really comfortable interior. We've got these advanced comfort seats, which are super comfortable, available in a two-tone leatherette, or alternatively in a grey-green leather, which is what these are. And then inside the car here, we've got the choice of 7 or 9-inch touchscreen displays. A butterfly just flew in front of the camera. This is the 9-inch display, which has got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And this car can come with all the assistance features: lane assist, adaptive cruise control, parking assist, including self-parking. It even has a start-stop button down here, which makes it look very sporty. We've got one USB port. We've got a 12-volt cigarette lighter. There's 2 cup holders. There's this Citroen armrest, which is attached to the seat. And this particular car is a manual car, but there is automatic available as well. Welcome inside the pre-facelift Citroen C3 AIRCROSS. So the main differences you can see here are this touchscreen. This touchscreen is a lot smaller, and there's capacitive buttons down the side which lets you go between the menus, unlike the new C3 AIRCROSS, which has got a bigger touchscreen and it has hard buttons along the bottom. And instead of just having the demissing buttons, it has a few other buttons which have other functions as well. Otherwise, the interior is very similar. There isn't many changes between them. The main thing is that display in the middle, which is very responsive and much better than on the previous generation C3 AIRCROSS. The steering wheel is what you'd expect from Citroen. It's got the buttons on the side, just the right size, slightly squared off, and we have analog dials in the middle here with a small monochrome display which shows you your speed and your range and other bits of information as well. As far as the interior materials, we've got this soft touch. I don't even know what this is, if I'm honest with you. This feels like, it's not plastic. It feels like some kind of soft material. Maybe you know, let me know in the comments if you know, but it feels very nice and very soft. And then we got plastic there. This is hard plastic, but overall, you know, it feels very nice. We've got materials, cloth materials on the side here, plastic on the side here. This is a really good value car. There's no doubt about it, starting at £17,000 and going up to 23 for the highest spec. Right, let's take it for a drive and see how it drives. This is the Shine Plus top trim, and it's got these comfort seats as standard, and because of that, it's really comfortable to sit in this car. You've got a good viewing position over the bonnet. I can see clearly what's in front of me. The suspension is soft, but it handles the potholes, any bumps in the road really, really well. In terms of steering, it feels just like any other Citroen that I've driven. It is able to handle any inputs I put into the steering wheel quite happily, and it's light steering, which means that it's not a hard job to steer this car when you're sitting in traffic or anything like that. And you know, once again, I'll go back to this new touchscreen. This has got the larger 9-inch touchscreen with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but it is a good improvement over the previous generation, which is definitely worth looking at if you're looking to buy this car. Let's go a bit faster now. Let's see how it responds when I put my foot down. And you know, this feels pretty snappy. This feels pretty snappy. Right, we're gonna go around a corner now. Let's see how it corners. I do feel some lean going around the corners due to its raised height, but it's comfortable and it makes it very, very enjoyable to drive. And this car does feel snappy. It's not wanting for any acceleration. It's not as snappy as the EC4, which is an electric car, but it still doesn't feel wanting for that. So overall, a really enjoyable car to drive with a nice big touchscreen, with a good viewing position, with a nice soft suspension, really comfortable seats. It's an enjoyable car. What's my tech in the car score? Let's go and find out. So what's my tech in the car score for this Citroen C3 AIRCROSS? Well, it's 4 out of 5 for parking, 4 out of 5 for comfort, 4 out of 5 for driver assistance, and 4 out of 5 for connectivity. In terms of environmentalness, how good it is for the environment, I give it 3 out of 5 because it's not electric, which would give it 5 out of 5. It's not a hybrid, which would give it 4 out of 5. But it's still really, really fuel efficient. Value, it gets 5 out of 5 because, well, it starts at £17,000, which is an amazing value for a car like this. So overall, 24 out of 30. Don't forget, I borrowed this car from Citroen Wilmoths Eastbourne, so please pay them a visit and give them a call if you're interested in one of these cars. And don't forget to give me a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more, and leave me any questions down below if you have any. Thank you very much. Stay safe.